In this video, we're going to set up a VPS with EasyPanel, and we're going to use Hostinger to set this up. And the real benefit of using software like EasyPanel is that it allows us to host multiple websites on the same server. So it allows you to get more value out of your VPS. In this example, we're going to look at KVM2. It's a very powerful VPS offered by Hostinger. But if you're really looking to get the most out of your money, I would really recommend looking at the KVM4. For just a little bit more money, you can double the specs of the server. So you've gone from 8 gigabytes of RAM up to 16, and you've got 16 terabytes of bandwidth and 200 gigabytes of disk space. And there's also 4 CPU cores. So there really is a lot in this bundle. You get quite a lot for your money here on Hostinger VPS. So I'd really recommend checking it out. There's a lot of great things here built into this package. We've got root access, we have malware scanning, weekly backups, lots of great stuff in here. So let's go ahead and click on this purchase. So we'll go to the checkout, and you can see here that we've got the KVM2 plan, and we're going for the 24-month package, which is the best price per month when you break it down. When you get to this checkout stage, you can select the payment method on the left, and then just fill out the details on the right. And the best part here is that if you do want to use Hostinger, to make sure and use the coupon code, and that will give you a further discount. So the coupon code is DavidB, and that will lock in the best price for you for the 2-year plan. So all in all, it comes down to like a very low monthly amount to have this VPS running. So once you get it added to your account, once you've completed the checkout, we'll go to this VPS section of the dashboard, and we'll click the setup button. So now we have the option of choosing where our VPS, so where our server will be located. And the purpose of this is really depending on where you think that most of your target audience is located. So having it, say, if most of your target audience is in Europe, it makes sense to have the server located in Europe. And that way you get the best latency. You can see here that it gives an approximate time in milliseconds. So basically you want to get the lowest number here. Based on where your audience is going to be. So the goal here is really to get this number down to the lowest possible, but it makes more sense if you're in the US, maybe you want to select the location as the US, for example. But in this case, I'll just go ahead with European server. And now we have the option of choosing what we want to install on our server. So you can go for a plain operating system, or you can go with a panel. So in this case, we're going to be looking for the EasyPanel. There are a number of different panels you can choose here, like cPanel, Plesk, CloudPanel, etc., which we covered on a different video. So once we scroll down to the bottom, we can see that EasyPanel is here on the right. So let's click the select button. And we have this option to install malware protection, which we'll click on continue. And now it's given us some options. We can see our VPS hostname. We don't have to change anything here. You can add an SSH key, but I'm going to leave it for now. We can add that later if we want. So let's create a root password for the server and click on continue. And you can see now that we are in the process of just finishing this setup. So let's click the button, and this will take a few minutes to get this up and running. But while we're waiting for this to finally install, we can have a quick look at EasyPanel pricing options. Now, for the purpose of this video, we're just going with the free plan, and that does give you up to 3 projects. So that means you can run maybe 3 different websites or 3 different services, but you can upgrade if you want more than that. But in most cases, I think the free plan is enough. You could always set up 2 servers and run 2 separate free plans if you want to do that. Now we've got this setup complete. We're going to go to the dashboard and have a look around, and this is up and running now. The next step really is to open up the IP address in a new tab, and this will be for port 3000. You'll see I've got the :3000 at the end of the URL, and once we create the account and sign in, we can see we're on the dashboard now. So this will give you some stats about the server that we have set up. You can add a license if you want to do more advanced monitoring, but again, we're going to go with the free plan for this for now. So I'm going to create the first project, and I already have a domain name, so I'm just going to use that domain name as an example. And one thing to note here when you're creating a project is that you need to have it in lowercase, and you have to have like a dash or underscore or numbers. You can't have any special characters in here. So I'm going to update this. So now we've got this empty project, and the next step is you can add a service or a template. In this case, we really want the templates which are at the bottom. So we'll scroll down and there are a lot of options here, but what we're going to go with is WordPress just for the purpose of this video. But there are lots of options here you can choose for different services that you can launch. So let's click on WordPress. We'll click create. So this will create a database and a separate instance for running the server. So there's going to be two instances running here. We've got the app and the database. So this is setting up right now. We've got a number of options here on the right, but probably for this video, the only one we're going to be looking at is the domain section. So we'll come back to that in a few moments. Let's click this open button to open our URL. You'll see that the URL is like a temporary URL at the top. But we're going to fill out all of the details to set up our WordPress installation. So at this point you can go ahead and complete all of the details in this form and submit, and it will install WordPress on our server. So now that we have that, we can click the login button and we'll just enter the same details that we entered on the previous screen. And this will take us to the dashboard of WordPress, and our site is up and running. But the next thing we need to do is really fix this URL. You can see here at the top of the page, we've got this really long URL to get to our site, which isn't really usable in most cases. It really depends on what you want to do on this server, but if you're using it for a website, then I recommend changing to a custom domain. So I have a domain on Hostinger already. I'm going to reuse this one for the purpose of this video. So the first step is really to get the IP address of the server. So there's the IP address on EasyPanel, we can see at the top. So we can click this button to copy it. So I'll go back to my domain name, and we want to edit the DNS settings. So on the left we've got this DNS name server section. Just scrolling down the bottom, I want to update this A record to change the server IP. Save it. Okay, we need to change the TTL, the time to live. So just change this to 120. Update. And now going back to EasyPanel, I'm going to go into the domain section and add a domain. So we'll just paste this domain that we have just updated. And on the left we have the option, we can copy this first of all, but we have this option of opening, and we have the make primary option. So this custom domain name, we want this to be our primary domain name for the site. So let's click that. As you can see now, everything's up and running for this site. It's been very, very easy to configure. We could go in and change the template or the theme of the site and everything, but for the purpose of this video, let's just try to focus on setting up multiple projects within EasyPanel. So let's create a new project. And I have another domain name which I'm going to use on Namecheap actually, so I'll just use it as an example. So I'm going to create a new project again. Once again, find WordPress and click install again. And this time we will go back to the domains, and we need to get our domain name details. So going over to Namecheap, we can get those information. In here I can just add the server IP again. So let's copy this again. We want to add an A record to the root of the domain. So save this. And then we'll just add it within EasyPanel again. So this is the domain name, click create, and the same thing again, we'll just make this primary. Now you may notice if you open this too soon that the DNS hasn't propagated. It may take a few minutes, but you can just reload the page, and after a few minutes it should work. So we can go through the process again. I was installing WordPress really quickly. So once again, we're going to fill out this information on this page, click install the WordPress button, log in once more, and we will have our second website now live. Now you can see that the domain name is already the correct one that we want in this case. So everything's installed on the second project now. So we're running 2 projects on this EasyPanel, and you can see how quick and straightforward this is to get this all set up and running. So that completes our tutorial on how to set up multiple websites on a single VPS using EasyPanel. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you have and want to try this out yourself, then make sure to use the coupon code DavidB on Hostinger when you purchase VPS plans. So that's about it for this video. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.